A client asked me a question the other day about the difference between an accident involving a work truck and a regular vehicle. And so I wanted to discuss that a little bit with you today. Primarily the difference between having a work truck accident and a regular vehicle accident is the type and the amount of insurance coverage. Work trucks are typically covered by commercial insurance policies rather than a standard auto insurance policy. And consequently, they're handled by different departments from the insurance carriers, and there is a different level of scrutiny that goes into claims involving work trucks and commercial insurance policies. So most of the time, the insurance personnel working on those files are more experienced personnel, and typically they view things more intricately than a standard auto accident claim. So there will be more of an investigation by the insurance carrier. There will be more scrutiny on the type of the accident, how the accident occurred, the injuries stemming from the accident, and the different parties involved. And quite frankly, many times the insurance carriers will get their attorneys involved in work truck accident claims much faster than they will on a standard auto insurance claim. So from an injured party's perspective, the biggest thing that I would recommend is that you ensure that you hire an attorney as quickly as possible. That way it'll put you on an even footing with the insurance carrier, and they won't be able to push you around or negatively impact your claim from the outset. Also, by having counsel working on the case, you can definitely dive into the different intricacies of the insurance policies to make sure that the proper provisions of the policies are being applied to your claim. And ultimately what that means is that the coverage from the insurance carrier and the type of policy will be there to make sure that you are compensated fairly for the injuries that you suffered. Now, just because it was a work truck does not mean that you are entitled to a larger recovery. Recoveries in any case are dependent on the injuries. A severe injury is entitled to significant compensation, where a minor injury is entitled to less compensation, regardless of whether it's a work truck or a regular truck. That being said, because many work trucks are large vehicles, oftentimes we see some of the more serious injuries stemming from those work truck collisions, and that's why it's so important to make sure that you have proper representation from the outset of the case. One of the craziest stories I have involving a work truck scenario was that my client was actually driving in his work truck provided by his employer, and he was hit by another vehicle. Now, when you're hit by another vehicle and that vehicle that hit him did not have any insurance, and when you're driving a car that has what's called underinsured motorist coverage, you can make a claim against your own insurance carrier for your injuries because the person who caused the accident didn't have any insurance coverage. And please feel free to watch some of our other videos discussing the different types of insurance to discuss that more in detail. But ultimately, my client was trying to make a claim against his own work truck's policy. And his own work truck's policy was saying that they did not have any insurance to cover that claim, that they were offering a zero amount, even though my client was seriously injured. Fortunately, he hired us. We fought that claim significantly and ended up recovering over $1 million for him. And that was because we were able to associate the different intricacies of the policies involving those commercial carriers and those work truck type policies, and make sure that he received the compensation that he was due. So work truck accidents, they involve more scrutiny than a regular accident, and so because of that, especially in an accident involving a work vehicle, I would highly recommend getting counsel as soon as possible.